What's going on, people, and welcome back to Premier League predictions. Finally, obviously we've had an international break into the proper football club, and game week 5 we're here finally, so let's get into it. Let me know yours in the comments. First up, starting off on Saturday, Wolves versus Liverpool at 12:30. I've gone with an away win to Liverpool. I feel like the last few weeks they've been starting to kick into gear a bit more. Núñez obviously had a wonderful game against Newcastle, and if he can continue his form, it's definitely going to benefit them. Salah needs to start chipping in a little bit more, I think. But I think Liverpool looking stronger at the moment than they were. So I'm going to go 2-0 away to Liverpool. Starting the 3 o'clock kickoffs, we've got Aston Villa up first against Crystal Palace. I've gone with a narrow home win, 1-0 to Villa in this one. I feel like Palace could get a result there, but I think Villa at home are quite strong. I think Emery's doing a decent job there. And I think Hodgson's doing a decent job at Palace. But I think at home, I think Villa might have just enough quality to get through Palace. So I'm going 1-0. Fulham versus Luton Town. I've gone with another home win in this to Fulham, and I've gone 2-0. I think Luton will give it their all this season, but I just think they're going to be let down with their quality. I don't think they're going to score enough, and I think defensively they're going to ship quite a few goals. So I've gone with Fulham in this one, and I'm going 2-0. Manchester United versus Brighton. I'm not confident about it, I've got to admit. Even though it's at Old Trafford, Brighton is such a decent side. They have injury issues, but I still think it doesn't really matter with them because of the way the club is run. Even when they have injuries to key players, people can come in and fill a spot, and everyone knows their role. And I do really rate that Serbia as well, what he's doing. And I think Brighton are going to come to Old Trafford and take the 3 points, if I'm honest. So I've actually gone 3-1 away win to Brighton. Tottenham versus Sheffield United. I've gone with another home win to Tottenham in this one, 3-0. I've been very impressed with Ange and what he's done since he's come in. I saw him at Celtic a bit, but coming to the English league's a different standard. And I think he's improved Tottenham. I think since Kane's gone, they've looked refreshed. They look a bit more spring in their step, and the results are showing that at the moment. So they're quite entertaining to watch finally as well. So we'll have to see if it can last. But I think against Sheffield at home, they're going to be too powerful for Sheffield. So 3-0 Tottenham. West Ham versus Manchester City. I think it's going to be a tight one, but I've gone with Man City to snatch it 2-1 away. Probably Haaland with at least 1 goal. But I think West Ham are going to make it difficult for them. And I think that City are going to have to be clinical, even though they make a lot of chances, because I feel like they might miss a few. I think West Ham will make it difficult, but I've gone with City to snatch 2-1. At 5:30 on Saturday, Newcastle versus Brentford, which I think is going to be game of the week. I've actually gone with a 1-1 draw. Howe versus Frank. I like both of them a lot. I like their philosophy of both teams. And they both give it their all, take a lot of risks, and as I said, I think it's going to be game of the weekend, but I think they cancel each other out. I'm going to go 1-1. Going into Sunday's games, then we got 2. We've got one at 2 o'clock, Bournemouth versus Chelsea, and I've actually gone with a home win again to Bournemouth. It might be what is an upset to a lot of people, but I still don't think Chelsea are into full gear yet, so I've gone with Bournemouth to snatch that one 2-1 at home, but Chelsea could definitely get something if they all show up, but they haven't necessarily done that yet. So I'm going with Bournemouth 2-1. And then 4:30, Everton versus Arsenal. I think it's going to be a pretty easy game for Arsenal, even going to Goodison Park, because I feel like Goodison is not the same place as it has been because of the struggles they've been having and the lack of investment at times, and the stuff with the board members and the fans, and it's just not a good place right now, and I feel like that's shown on the pitch. And I'm quite concerned about Everton this season. I predicted them to survive, but only just. But at the moment, I could see them going down. There's still a long way to go. I don't see them getting anything from this game, though. 3-0 Arsenal away. And then to finish off this match week, guys, Monday night, we've got Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. I've gone with a home win again. A lot of home wins in this one for me, but it's just how the pennies dropped, and I feel like Forest are better than Burnley. They've been up a year longer, and I think Gary Cooper is doing a fantastic job. I think Company will do enough to keep Burnley up, but I think Forest are very underrated at the moment, and I think Cooper will get another 3 points in this one. I'm going 2-0 Nottingham Forest. So that is it for this week's predictions, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Check out later tonight, I'll be dropping my preview for the Manchester United Brighton game later tonight. Make sure you catch that. Hope you enjoy the football coming up this weekend, guys, and I'll see you soon.